The term Cold War was first used in April 1947 to describe the geopolitical tug of war between the United States and the Soviet Union. The conflict ended, presumably with the collapse of the Soviet Union. But did the tension end just in our imagination? While Washington and Moscow formed invincible allies in the war against Nazi Germany, the two ideological enemies could no longer hide their mutual enmity at the end of World War II in 1945. Historians agree that the Cold War began in 1947 with the so-called Truman ideology. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russia faced a major challenge in moving from a command and control economy to a market. On this occasion, the Russians and the Americans put aside the past enmities due to the cordial relations between Bill Clinton and Boris Yeltsin when Western advisors arrived on the scene to help reform the economy. The fruits of these efforts have since been sharply disputed. However, one should not think that Moscow is not busy finding ways to respond to US and NATO efforts to build an anti-ballistic system in Eastern Europe. In fact, Moscow immediately began working on ways to control the US anti-missile system when Washington withdrew from the ABM agreement. These efforts resulted in ways that the United States may not have realized. At this point, many more pages can be written on other areas of US-Russian relations, indicating that the two nuclear superpowers would have survived in their own way in the Soviet era, but the Cold War. Traces of are still alive from unsubstantiated allegations of Russian interference in the 2016 US presidential election to Washington's undisclosed resentment over Russia's decision to intervene in the Syrian civil war against the Islamic State. Tensions between the United States and Russia have risen to the level of the Cold War. Returning to, and then something. And now, with the threat of overcoming anything beyond the threat of hostility in Ukraine, this may be a good time to pray that this will be a Cold War and doesn't turn hot.
Thank you. Please subscribe our channel and press bell icon for new updates.